Shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the Moses Marquis Saint, and every morning I get up and I am blessed to be alive, and so are you. And this morning I get to go live from all my channels. I got my intro in here. I got my live. I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm live on my Facebook. I'm live everywhere because that's what we do over here at Saints Brand. We just be killing the game. And this morning is just the same. We ain't going to be changing nothing, no differently, no how, no way. This morning I wanted to shine. It's hot out there. Whew, it's hot to shine. It's a little hard to shine too when everybody else is being flaky. And this morning, Marijuana Motivation, we're going to talk about those flaky people. See, I had the question this morning and I asked myself, doesn't it bother you? Doesn't it bother you for you not to keep your word? Doesn't it bother you that the words come out of your mouth, but you don't really mean them? Doesn't it bother you that you're not going to come through even though you're telling people that you will? That shit bothers me. It bothers me when people lie to me. It bothers me when people don't tell the truth. And that's what we do over here at Saints Brand. We tell the truth. Even if it hurts, we're going to give us the tough love. We're going to give you the tough love and we're going to give us the tough love because you can't lie to yourself. To thy own self be true. And so many people want to go out there into the world and start lying to themselves and lying to their friends. I woke up this morning and saw one of my friends lying to me. And I'm looking on social media and I was just like, doesn't it bother him? Doesn't it bother him that he gave up two really good friends for a girl? Doesn't it bother him that these girls keep using him and making him worse? Doesn't it bother him that he's become a liar and pathologically lying? I was just wondering, does it bother them? Does it bother them when they say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to quit doing cigarettes, and then when they go over there to the counter and they're right there at the 7-Eleven, they know themselves to be a liar? Doesn't it bother them when they go, oh, I'm in love with you, but they don't really mean it? They just want to use you for sex, but you're getting used and you know you're not getting returned or loved or reciprocation? It's got to bother them. And that's the question that I have for most people is like, you say you're going to do something, yet your willpower is so low that it won't happen. And that's something that I had to reach people and talk to them about. We reach, preach, and teach over here at Saints Addiction, and we also bless up every morning. Don't forget that. If you need a battery, hit me up on Smoke and Review on Instagram, or you can buy one yourself. These things are $30, $20 if you want half the battery, and definitely hit me up on Signal if you want one of the cards. So besides for this message being brought to you by Roken Vapes, this is also Saints Addiction. And every morning I go live and I try to reach people. I don't chew. I do every morning for 6-7 years, telling people about their lives and how blessed they can be and how to stop the lies that happen in our heads, the ones that tell us about fear and the ones that tell us we can't do something. Those are the lies I want you to avoid. I want you to be able to avoid things that take away from your energy and completions and winning circles and all that crossing the finish line that I talk about every day. Boom, talk about it yesterday. I'll pop up a video here. But when I'm looking at people and I go, damn, bro, you have the ability to do something with your life. Doesn't it bother you when you looked around and go, oh, man, I had that hookup. I knew somebody that could have elevated my life and brought me up a level, but I didn't do something with it. Or that girl that I wasn't confident enough to talk to straight, so I came at her all weird, and it came out of me sideways. We all know. We've all been there. Each one of us, as we grow and learn, we're making mistakes, and we got to fail forward. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like you got all the answers all the time. No one does. But when we say things and we speak it into existence and we are willing it, we want it out of our lives, we want it to be a certain way, we are making a commitment to that. We're making a verbal contract to the things that are happening in our head. We got voices in our heads that are saying, hey, today's the day I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes. And then there's the other voice that goes, hey, you're not strong enough. And each one sitting there, that's what we call Saints Addiction. There's such a dichotomy. We got our addiction sitting on one side, bouncing up and down like the devil. And then we have our goodwill, our nature that wants us to be healthy and live forever. It's all on this other side, this little angel. And each one's bouncing up and down inside of our ears. And oh, the dichotomy. Like I said, I pop up these videos all the time. You can watch Oh, the Dichotomy from yesterday. How do I pop this up? This is on reverse. This is cool because I'm going from Melanap for the first time in my life, going live on all these streams. Let's see who gets to kick in and kick out. So I'm live on YouTube, I'm live on LinkedIn, and I'm live on my Facebook. Let's see who got into that. And you know what? Since you got into it, I'm going to give away a free weed swag bag. That's right. Whoever watched today, go to Weed Swag Bags on Instagram, DM me a screenshot of this, and I'll send you a weed swag bag. You pay the shipping because I'm not giving away free, double free, but this is free to whoever was watching the show today. So, besides for the shout outs, besides for the giveaways, it's all about the shirts. Oh, now goes Frazier. This shirt in the back didn't want to stay. But you know what does want to stay? Your confidence. And that's what I wanted people to build, is their confidence in them. See, I once told my friend, she's a big girl, 400 pounds, and she just said, Mark, I know myself. I don't have the confidence to not eat. And I was just like, wow, you're telling me this, but you're really telling yourself this. You're telling yourself that you can't do something. And when people use the word can't, I use the word can't. I believe in you. I believe in you both ways. If I believe in you that you can't because you said you can't, and I also believe you because that's the words that you're using. We got to start using words. Value running around bumping into each other, but doesn't it bother you when you come up against somebody and they're not being who they say they are, and they're coming at you with some weird energy because probably they're on some substances, and when they're on those substances, they're not actually who they are, so whatever they say is not actually what they're going to do or what's going to happen. Kind of like listening to my father when I was a kid. When you're around an alcoholic, you never know when the truth is coming. You never know if it's the truth. You never know if it's drama. You don't know if it's going to be violent. This was so weird about growing up that way, is I didn't have a consistent barometer of what was going to happen. At any moment, anything could be buck wild. And we all know what it feels like to be around people that are all over the place, inconsistent and manipulative. And we get into those situations, like, it doesn't bother them. It obviously bothers me. It obviously bothers us. But it's not going to bother them. They're not going to stop to be a better person or stop the lies, because then they have to face themselves. So they're right. You're right. I was lying to myself. You're right. I wasn't telling the truth. You're right. That wasn't my best effort. And this is something that I come to people all the time. It says the only 4 agreements: always do your best, be impeccable with your word. And those 2 things right there, I'm not going to tell you all 4, but those 2 things right there is going to let you know that you're giving your best. That's what we want around here. We want to always do our best. And if you're not doing the best by you, obviously it doesn't bother them, but it bothers us. It bothers us when you're not doing your best, when you're not being your best smiley self, when you're not being kind to people, when you're not in the right vibe. It bothers the rest of us. So when you're standing in line and you're complaining, it bothers us. I think the weather is bothering you, but you're bothering us. And when you're in the grocery line and you're taking your sweet ass time and people are trying to get past you on the lane, the fast lane, you're bothering us. Get with the flow or get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like we used to say back in the day, lead, follow, or get out of the way. I'm serious. If you're not leading, then you should be getting out of the way, or following someone that does have leadership skills, or someone that does have action, or someone that does put out the energy. From people that are taking, they're never going to stop. They're never going to stop taking. They're always going to be takers. They're never going to give anything back. It's never going to be a reciprocation. They're just going to want. And I don't want wanters. You know, I want people that givers, okay? And that's why it's Saints Giving. Every time you buy a search, that's what Saints Brand's all about. 100% goes towards Saints Giving, feeding the homeless, mental health, all the people that need it and need it now in the moment. That's what I go after. That's what bothers me. So if it doesn't bother you, then maybe unsubscribe. But if this bothers you, when people aren't recycling, they're not helping those in need, and they aren't keeping their word, then you got Saints Addiction. On my heart from the start, it's your boy Marky Saint. Every morning I get up, I go bless others with these words, this shine, and this energy. And if you got anything out of this message, like, share, subscribe, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, share it with a friend that needed their foot up their ass and goes, you know what? You're right. It does bother me that you act this way. It does bother me when you don't keep your word. It does bother me when you say you're going to quit smoking cigarettes and you didn't, or you're going to stop eating those sugars and you didn't, and you're going to start working out but you didn't. Now we're going to start keeping our word, and we're going to keep it with ourselves. So that's on my heart. Your boy Marky Saint. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side. Thanks for subscribing. Peace. Ciao. Beijo.